Hello and welcome. My name is Stephanie Dawn, and I'm super excited to be here with you tonight for our Total Transformation Thursday. We're going to be talking for about 30 minutes initially, all about the incredible anti-aging power of organic superfood nutrition. And then in the final 30 minutes, we're going to be talking about how it is that you might be able to support your friends, your family, your community in receiving this amazing nutrition into their bodies. So tonight's topic was sort of downloaded by me because many of us have been talking about the importance of superfoods to youth us, to age gracefully, and then the necessity to hydrate daily. And, most Americans are suffering from chronic dehydration because we're eating foods that are cooked predominantly 3 times a day, most Americans. And we're drawing, liquid from the body, water from the body to digest the food. We're not eating enough hydrating foods. We're not eating enough, collagen producing foods. And so we're here to change that. And I've got some very special guests with some beautiful stories about what it is that they've been doing for their lives and their health. And how they've been flourishing as a result. So let's get started, shall we? I want to begin with the beautiful Ms. Zaya May, who's been a friend of mine for a couple decades, I think. Zaya, yeah. We've known each other for a really long time. When I used to live in Los Angeles.
Repeat that.
I don't think she was talking to me, but I will repeat that. So we were friends for we've been friends for at least 2 decades. We met and connected at the Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles. And when I first found out about these superfoods 6 years ago, she was one of the first people that I brought them to, and she has completely transformed her health. And your story is formidable, Zaya. So please take it away and share.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me on today. So yeah, when I found these superfoods through Stephanie, I was in pretty bad shape. I was completely exhausted. My migraines had come back. I had a lot of brain fog. I had low back pain. I was singing in a choir, and I went from singing soprano to alto because I had no breath control because I was so tired. I could only walk or stand for maybe like 5 minutes at a time without having to kneel or bend. And I was really getting nervous because I didn't know what to do. Anything that I knew to do took way too much time for me to do it. And I started praying to be led to something that would help me because I was getting very scared. And then I was led to Stephanie Dawn's post on Instagram, and she had this, it was all about organic superfoods and everything. And I was like, wow, what is she doing? And I called her right away. She invited me to come over to her place to try some. I tasted them, and because Stephanie is someone that I trust so much, I was like, I'm going to do this no matter what. And I bought a large pack, started it. When I got it in 2 days, I started feeling my energy coming back. And I had been someone who normally was like working out 7 days a week, dancing, teaching Zumba. And I was down to like, having a nap all the time. So I did also the 10-day cleanse, got more energy. It was the easiest cleanse I'd ever done because I could eat on it, and I had my shakes. And I realized that what I didn't know was missing in my diet, these products were providing. And I have been using them for almost 6 years now. And they were starting to help me with the inflammation with my back. So my back, I had scoliosis, bulging discs, stenosis, and sciatica all the way down my leg, foot, wrapping around. And a couple of years later, we came out with our CBD, and I tried that because nothing else was working. The massage, chiropractic, acupuncture. I had had epidurals that started working. Within about a month or so of taking the CBD, I found myself at the farmer's market being able to stand and walk. It was been like 40 minutes and I was fine. Before then, I was always like bending over, sitting down, limping back to the car. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So it gave me back my energy and my youthfulness. I am 63 and
I was just going to ask. Thank you for sharing.
I'm 63. I just turned 63. And, I hear some hip hop music or some house music, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. So I
Yeah.
feel like I found the fountain of youth.
Mhm.
It just, I always feel so great on these products. And I know people who are younger than me who are struggling. And I feel like we've got something really, really wonderful here. People look at me, and when I tell them how old I am, they're shocked. They think I'm in my 40s. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yay.
Yeah, your story's amazing. And you live in LA, right? Where
Yes.
looking good is important, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're an actress, you're a singer. And
Yes.
yeah, and so you walk onto sets with confidence now. Yeah?
Totally. Oh, yeah. Yes, definitely. No problem. I've been able to keep my weight down, and I go to Pilates every week. It's like it's just wonderful. I feel young and I look young, and that's just great. It makes me
Right
very
on.
excited. Yeah.
Right on, Zaya. Well, it's been amazing to watch your transformation and to see you, tonight. You're radiant, you're strong, you're confident. You're an amazing embodied 63-year-old. So Goddess bless you, my dear. Thank you for sharing your
Thanks.
story.
I do
Mhm.
want to say one more thing too, because my hair, I let my hair go gray, and I
Mm.
was freaked out about that at first, but it doesn't make a difference what color it is. It's what's on the inside, how you feel about yourself is what shines through.
Mhm. Right on. Well, keep shining, babe. Keep radiating. You're amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, amazing story. Thank you. All right. So now I'd like to go to Emilia. Hello, Emilia on Vashon Island. We've gone from Los Angeles to the Pacific Northwest, where I am. I'm near Emilia on Bainbridge Island, but hello, my dear. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And this is a topic that you've been sharing on in the social networks for the last couple of weeks and really helping to educate folks about. You guys haven't necessarily tied it to anti-aging, but will you do that tonight? Will you talk about some of what you've been experiencing in your own life, Emilia, and how it's supported you as a woman of mid-age?
Yes, great. Thank you so much for inviting me tonight to talk about achieving vibrancy, especially during this midlife time. It's a time between the ages of 45 and 55. Us women are having a lot of transformation happening, and it's more important than ever to change our lifestyle to meet that transformation. I wanted to bring out a quick story about my great grandmother, Helen Parmalee Applegate. She lived to 105 years old. Now, Helen, well, as I called her, Mimi, uh, she she did not have a rushing woman lifestyle like we have today. I feel like everybody is just like rushing. We're a mom, we're a business, we're taking care of the home, community service, volunteering at school, etc. But Mimi was not a rushing woman. She drank and she smoked and she had her coffee, but she lived to age 105. Well, her son, my grandfather, was a general practitioner. And so he was really curious about her body when she died, and she had an autopsy. And what came out was that the machinery in her body was still all ready to go. So the aging process, it wasn't a breakdown of the machinery. It wasn't like a disease process. It was the cumulative effects of her choices. Now, Nirankar and I has been speaking a lot about, choosing the lifestyle. It was the cumulative effects of her choices that created the inflammation that created blockage in the communication pathways. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out, that our bodies don't like break down like old cars. We don't rust out. It's not like that. So, like I said, there's I don't know, before was talking about the golden ratio of thrive. And it's the divine proportion of rate of injury to rate of repair. And if they're equal, then you don't experience deterioration and dis-ease. So if you injure faster than you repair, you experience aging and you develop disorders, right? So anyway, that's why we need to hyper change our lifestyle and really manage our stress. I think that is one of the most important things to think about when we're talking about aging gracefully, is managing our stress, because it affects us mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Which brings me to my next story. I was a personal chef for many years, helping people with their dietary needs when they were healing, getting out of the hospital, etc. And I had a client who was 300 pounds. Woo! 300 pounds. And I wasn't her nutritionist. I was cooking. But what happened for the first month, the nutritionist didn't change her diet at all. She was a huge soda drinker. What she changed was the time that she was eating. So she got her into this intermittent fasting routine. So she shortened the eating time. So this person would only eat within those 8 hours. Wow, without changing anything else in her diet, she lost 13 pounds in the first month. Okay, so then from there, we take all the soda out of the house, but she could still have soda outside the house. And anyway, it's a great story. But I was thinking that if we had the superfoods at that time, then that would have been such a wonderful thing to implement into her routine, because it's a natural intermittent fasting schedule, right? And because we have these superfoods with this protocol, it's easy to fit into this intermittent fasting. So if you don't even change your diet, you just change the time that you eat, and you add in these dense whole foods, then you're automatically going to have an uplift, right? So with these dense whole foods, you get a lot of minerals in them. And that's what's missing from our hydration, is the mineral content, because our cells, well, our whole body, we need minerals to absorb the water. What was happening for me, I was drinking tons of water. I was peeing all the time. I thought, great, I'm flushing my system. No, I wasn't absorbing the water. I wasn't really hydrating my system with the water. I was just flushing it out. And I was also flushing out all the good minerals that were already in there. So these superfoods have so many minerals in them that will really help us absorb the hydration that we're already bringing into our system. Well, isn't variety the spice of life? That's what really gets me going also with these superfoods, because I love to drink. I wasn't just drinking a lot of water because I was supposed to. I don't know, maybe I have a fixation or something. So I love these superfoods because I can switch it up from my ultimate lifestyle transformation, power shakes, green drinks. And now I'm really into the fruit and veggies pack, which tastes like a fruit punch. It is so good, and it has a whole another set of nutrients and vitamins and minerals and dense nutrition in it, and it tastes great. So I think that, you know, once you do the first 90-day cleanse of letting go of the toxins, I think that's what really happens to us in mid-age, is that so many toxins build up in our system, cumulative effects, and then we start breaking down because the injury has increased to the rate of restoration. So eating and drinking, eating your fruits and vegetables is a great way to hydrate yourself as well. And not the last thing, I could go on and on. I'm really into this achieving vibrancy in my midlife. I want to feel good. I want to be, serve, rock, if you know what I mean. So rest is the other thing. We really, really, really need to rest. Like I said, we need to restore, and we need to make space in our life for that. And part of rest for me is sitting outside and piecing out. I mean, I don't have to be laying down asleep, but and you know, don't forget a little bit of exercise, sweat. Okay, so I think that's enough of my share for now. Thanks for listening to my heart, and I look forward to hearing more stories.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Emilia. That was super valuable. Give her some love in the chat, you guys. Yeah, I love that you touched on the intermittent fasting, because that has been something that I've been privy to since 2021, actually, when I went and did a water fast. Some of you know I did a 21-day water fast to heal the appearance of cancer in my body. And so intermittent fasting is a beautiful way to sort of get into this heightened state of ketosis, as well as apoptosis, which is cancer cell death. And so that's what we want. We want to get into that state of ketosis. You can do that without doing the keto diet. We're not going to talk about the keto diet tonight, but intermittent fasting allows you to do that. And then apoptosis, we want to be, you know, we all have cancer cells floating around in our body, all of us do, but we want to create that cancer cell death, and for the good cells to scavenge the bad cells and eat them up. And so I love that we have the intermittent fasting schedule in the 30-day experience. Now, Emilia spoke to a 90-day experience, and there are many people that are needing a 90-day experience. They're either looking to transform a diagnosis, or they have some extra reserves, I like to call it. If you're wanting to some weight loss, which was definitely my experience. I lost 50 pounds on these protocols, which definitely helps with anti-aging. And we'll talk just a little bit more at the very end about what is the protocol. But before we do that, I want to bring on the beautiful Nirankar, who herself is an amazing health leader and is supporting folks every single day in her health coaching business. Welcome, Nirankar.
So grateful to be here with this extraordinary group of women. So honored. I want to just ditto what Emilia said, what Zaya said, and love hearing both of your stories. Your story, Zaya, is amazing. And I want to presence two things that haven't been said yet. And one is the idea of antioxidants to the calories that we're ingesting with these superfoods. And the other is inflammation. And then I'd love to tell my story intertwined with these two concepts. I was an exercise physiologist right out of college. You know, that was what I did. I played soccer. I ended up going into competing in triathlons and running marathons. And I really wanted so badly to complete an Ironman triathlon. And I did a half Ironman, and I was in my mid 20s at this point. I was getting into maybe 25, 26, and still feeling pretty on top of it. But I started to feel my body breaking down. I was getting injured. I wasn't able to, my knees would hurt when I would hike, these sorts of things. I was like, wait a minute. I was biking, 100 miles at a time, but I wasn't recovering as fast as I wanted. Come 30, I met my now husband. I was like, maybe it's just not in the cards for me to do a long distance triathlon. So I let go of all of that and I started to get into yoga. And so I became, I like to say, I figured out what I was running from. And this yogic sense of really understanding from the inside out what my health was like and slowing down a bit, getting a little older. But every time I tried to do a long distance hike or do something like ski a long time, my joints would hurt. So I was, of course, eating organic. I ate pretty well. Felt fairly healthy otherwise. And I just figured that my body wasn't meant to do all those things, and that was part of the aging process, that that just wasn't something you should do, right? But I was an exercise physiologist. I wanted so badly to be involved in these things. So quickly, I really want to share that before my daughter was born, at the age of 38, I hiked the part of the Appalachian Trail in Vermont. It's called the Long Trail. I had intended to do 30 days, so I kept trying to do these long distance sporting events. And at 15, I was like, honey, I can't go any further. Come get me. My knees were killing me. I just couldn't do it. And I was carrying a full pack. So I just kept, then I was working full time. My daughter was born. And I just kept thinking that this was really part of the aging process. I guess I wasn't going to be able to do these things I wanted to do. So fast forward to 2.5 years ago, I was introduced to a superfood protocol that I was pretty skeptical about. I was like, I eat well. I'm not sure I really need this. But I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I was blown away with how good my joints felt, how powerful my body started to feel, how differently I was sleeping, how much energy I had to then begin exercising again at a high level. And I just want you all to know that this past Sunday, I hiked a 9-mile up and down hike of over 4,000 foot elevation gain with no knee pain whatsoever. And the next day, I felt like I could go and do it again. And so I want to be aware of the time, because I could talk about this for a long time, but what we have here is a powerful antioxidant load to the calories that you're eating. So it is packed with the vitamins and minerals that are needed for the body to really heal, and the cells to really accept what they need to thrive. And the other little piece of this is that is essential for the anti-inflammatory process. And so I think that what happened for me is that I found nutrition that could support my body in the healing that I needed to function at a very high level. So.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Nirankar. Yes, you and me both, woman. After about 6 months of being a happy customer, I just got the very clear download that I needed this nutrition in my body for the rest of my life, that I was so much better on than off. And so here we are. So thank you all for joining me on this health journey. I want to just break down a little bit the main protocol that most people will benefit from. You have many options, but the one that we want to highlight for you tonight is the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation customizable, because you have different options for the different shakes, plus immune. Okay. So the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation gives you enough product for 1 month. All right. And you have 3 different schedules. So you can do the intermittent fasting like Emilia was talking about, or you can do the simple schedule, which is just 2 shakes a day and 1 meal a day. Or you can do the accelerated schedule, which has a 10-day transformation in the middle of it. And whoever invited you here can sort of break that down and help you make more sense of that schedule. That schedule we use for folks who are wanting a rapid weight loss predominantly, or inflammation, lessening. So, but all of those schedules are a glyphosate cleanse, a parasite cleanse, a metabolic reset, and a liver cleanse. It's like you're giving your body a total inner shower. And you may wonder, well, what can I eat? So we invite you to, so it's an invitation. It's not a have to, but we invite you to release, for the most part, products with cow dairy, sugar, caffeine, alcohol. And if you don't want to do that entirely, you don't have to. You can just minimize them. Like, let's say you drink 2 cups of coffee a day, you can drink 1 cup of coffee a day, But if you do want to let go some of these things for the entire 30 days, well, that's going to benefit you, because what happens with the ULT is it's highly alkalizing, and it helps with acidosis in the body, like what Nirankar was talking about. Joint pain, that's acidosis in the body. Arthritis is acidosis in the body. And when we deeply alkalize and nourish our body, guess what happens? Pain starts to disappear, like what happened with Zaya. So it's not normal for us to live with pain at all. And so when we're nourishing our body on the daily, some people say to me, Steph, do I need to keep doing this after the 30 days? I'm like, do you eat every day? If you eat every day, then yeah, you probably want to be putting this nutrition into your body every day. So, and you can't, it's hard to like impart how much it's going to change your life without you trying it. So the last thing I want to say about this nutrition is that this specific pack is that it comes with a product called Zinc Aid. And Zinc Aid, what we learned in the last couple of years, actually, with COVID, is that many Americans are zinc deficient. They're also vitamin C deficient, and they're vitamin D deficient. So we have a whole food supplement called Zinc Aid, and it also adds in vitamin A and vitamin E, which is how you get the name. Isn't that cute? So this is a whole food supplement. All of our Purium superfoods are whole food supplements. This is really important. Whole food, bioavailable, nutrient dense, potent, organic food and superfood. That's what we have here. So the person that invited you here has a discount code for you. And so reach out to them about whether or not the ULT is for you, which schedule would be best for you, and what is that amazing discount. With the product, the pack that I just mentioned, it's over $100. So and it gives you enough nutrition for 30 days. It's about $11 a day, maybe a little bit more with the Plus Immune. But anyways, you can get into the more granular aspects of the investment with the person that invited you here tonight. And now what we're going to do, and thank you for sticking around, special guests, because we're going to pivot now, and we're going to talk about how it is that, let's say, for instance, you're here, you're listening, you're hearing what Nirankar is doing, you're hearing what Zaya May has done, you're hearing what Emilia has done. You're like, I want to do that. I want to help people with their health. I want to feel better. And I want to support my friends and my family and my community to feel better and to transform their health and or very serious diagnoses. So that's totally possible. And I'll share just a little bit of my story with you. So 6 years ago, I was a very busy business coach. I was really not looking for another stream of income. All I really wanted was to release the 50 pounds that I'd put on 10 years postpartum after giving birth to my kids. I led a sedentary lifestyle, sitting in front of my computer, working with my clients, and I needed to change what I was eating. So that's initially what I wanted. And like I said, after 6 months, I got really clear that I felt amazing and I wanted to help other people feel amazing so that I could get my products paid for. Those were my humble beginnings. I just wanted my products paid for. And so I thought, oh, I'll just start sharing very casually on Facebook about my weight loss story. And so, because I lost 21 pounds and I was really happy about that. And I worked in the birth world. And so was postpartum weight. And I thought maybe there might be some other moms that wanted to release postpartum weight without being a crazy person in the gym every single day. And so, because I think in the United States, like we think, I have to work out to lose weight like every day and sweat all the time. And no, I lost weight just by changing what I was putting into my mouth on the daily, and so consequently, I started making money pretty rapidly without really even trying, just sharing casually on Facebook. And then I made the decision to take it seriously. I started getting checks in my bank account and I was like, oh, what if I took this seriously? What's possible? So I worked this business part-time for about 3 years while I was working my business coaching business. And I did it nights, weekends, afternoons, had gatherings at my home, and really, called in all the moms. They all came to my home and brought all their children. And so it was meaningful to me to be supporting and serving my community like that. One of my dearest friends had just given birth to her third baby. And, she was incredibly depleted and relied upon coffee every single day. And, in her words, she rose like a phoenix from the ashes. And so hearing that from my friends, that was very meaningful to me. And she started working with me in the business and still does to this day. And so this business, you can either work it part-time like I did initially, or you can work it in a more full-time way, depending on what time you have to give to it. And so I want to defer to my special guests who are here tonight because they are brand partners with this business and they have woven this into their lives. And I want to just tap into you, Zaya, again and hear about how it is that you've been working your Purium business for these last 5.5 years, while you're being an actress, while you're doing your Pilates, while you're doing your massage practice. Will you share a bit more about that?
Sure. I started pretty part-time and I was a little nervous about being on Facebook or Instagram and stuff. But because I am a massage therapist and for years I had been into health and wellness, it was just part of what I do is to help people feel better. And so I would let my massage clients know about it. I started reaching out to my family, and little by little, I started feeling more like, okay, I want to tell even more people. So I started adding in more time and finding that it didn't take up as much time, and I could have fun also with sharing about the products with people and about how they could actually also make money, because we all need to have a little extra money going around. Like I just had a car incident happen and it's like, great, I wasn't even thinking about it. Like checked my checking account and I was like, woohoo, I just got some money I didn't even know was coming in from Purium. So it was really great. So it's wonderful that I can fit it in between my appointments here, my appointments there. I can stay at home. I can do it while I'm driving. I can do it if I want to go to the beach or anywhere. So it really is easier to do than you think. And it also has helped me get creative. I've really gotten more creativity back, and I'm open to learning more things. So doing and I'm not a 9 to 5 person. So this way, having my own business, being my own boss, and working with a community of like these women is just so wonderful because it's so supportive. And that means a lot. And it especially has through this whole pandemic thing. It really was wonderful to have the community there. So yeah, I just love it, and I can fit it in between my acting gigs. I don't have to ask, can I take off? It's like, no, I can make my schedule.
Right on. Right on. Thank you so much, Zaya. It's really great having you on the team and supporting you to create wealth for your life. Multiple streams of income is just smart, right, Zaya?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely multiple streams of income, because you never know when they're coming in, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, great. Yeah, I can pick and, here's something,
Mm-hmm.
it's freeing to have
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. And I just want to share a quick story about an experience that I had. So 3 years ago, I thought I was doing great. I thought I was healthy, and I received a breast cancer diagnosis. And, it really stopped me in my tracks, and it really shocked me. And I think it shocked everyone around me because I was a self-described organic freak, but I had fallen into some bad habits in regards to eating the organic standard American diet. And so it was a big deal for me to really. And here's the other thing. I didn't like the word cleanse. I didn't like the word, I was sort of like this, like, don't talk to me about cleansing. I was really addicted to my food. And so anyways, I really changed everything with the cancer diagnosis, and I stopped my business coaching, let it all go. Bye-bye, all that juicy income as a business coach. I stopped working this Purium business. Zaya, you remember. And the business coaching business, all that income went away. But because I'd been working this business for 3 years, the income kept coming in, and my team kept working even more so now because they wanted to help me while I was healing. So the community, the reality of the residual income model, and then the community and feeling everyone's love, and they started working with our beloved upline, Rachel Balansat, while I stepped out to heal my body for 6 months, and I received the same income for those 6 months. So that was profound to me. It was massively impactful to my family and myself, and I'm grateful to this day that I was able to do that and really change my life ultimately, and dive even more deeper into the superfoods and support others to practice preventative medicine, which is really what we're doing here. So on that note, I want to come back to you, Emilia. You have been this incredible woman who has had all these different businesses, amazing entrepreneur, and you said yes to this several years ago. And will you share a bit about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. Wow, this is fun gathering together here, talking story on a Thursday afternoon in September. Where do I want to begin? Well, I'm in menopause, and my life is changing. And this lifestyle, this business really meets my visions, my goals, my dreams. And what is that? That's to be here on the land so I can garden, so I can hike, so I can swim. I also have some rentals here on the property. And so that's always there's almost always something miscellaneous that happens. What do they call it? Miscellaneous expenses, right? And so this business excites health and nutrition. Wow, that's amazing. That's my passion. This business supports regenerative agriculture. Wow, isn't that amazing? That aligns with my values of reciprocity to the earth, of giving back what you receive. This business has sustainable business practices. Wow, isn't that amazing? I was teaching a class at the community college about sustainable business practices. So I'm really excited about the purity of this product, and the nutritional value, and the easy opportunity for us to nourish ourselves so our bodies can optimally function. I used to own a vegetarian cafe and juice bar. I used to be a caterer. I used to be a wilderness awareness instructor. I used to teach cooking classes, personal chef. Yeah, I'm a multifaceted woman. I've been juggling a lot, and like I said, the stress is what really gets to our health, and juggling so much, and commuting, and wearing so many different hats, and being a mama, going through menopause while my son is a teenager. Wow, all of that can really just stress one out. So I'm so happy to be home, to focus on this business, to help my friends, to my family, my community, and beyond, to up level their health so they can feel good, and so they can achieve vibrancy also.
Mhm.
I think that's it in a nutshell. Did I miss anything, Steph?
Well, I'm really glad you spoke about stress, because, one of the things that I love about this business model, Emilia, is that and you just spoke to it, I get to earn money in a very elegant way. Okay. Residual income is about as elegant as it gets. So I have over 4,000 people in my organization, and I have hundreds of brand partners. And I have brand partners working in my organization that I don't even know, that are sharing underneath me. So this is what's possible with this income model, and the residual income. And so that's some serious financial insurance right there. So I don't have to work so hard. I'm no longer in the dollars for hours paradigm where I'm showing up, and I have to sit in front of a computer and for hours on end, and I get to choose. I really get to design my days. And that's very meaningful to me, that I get to design my days and design my life the way that it looks. And I think when we are at mid-age, it's like, yeah, I don't want to work so hard. I have other things I want to be doing, like painting and preparing beautiful meals for myself and friends, and going off into nature for the afternoon. It's like, I used to live that life. You spoke to it, right? Rush, 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 right? It's like, no, that is not my life anymore. That's not who I want to be. That's not what I want to duplicate to the women in my circles. I want to duplicate elegance, self-love, and the residual income model: financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom. Some of I travel all the time, and I take this business with me. LA, Maui, Montana, right? It's like, I'm about to go to New York in the middle of October, and then Florida, back to LA. It's like, this business travels with me, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. So thank you for speaking to that, Emilia, and thank you so much for being here tonight. So fun talking story on a Thursday afternoon, just like you said. It's so fun. So I want to come back to you, Ms. Nirankar, and you were and are a successful health coach, but you decided to weave this into your offerings. And I want you to talk about that, but I also want you to talk about where you're headed, because it's not just about remaining as a health coach with this in your, as one of your, the tools in your toolkit to help your clients. Will you speak a bit more about where you're headed?
Yeah, I would love to. I worked in healthcare for 25 plus years, and one of the things that I loved was developing relationships with the people that were coming in and out of the hospital, getting to know them and really getting to know their story. And so as a health coach, I was a solopreneur. That was just me. And I would get to know, a select group of women, a small group. And I wanted to change the healthcare system from the inside out. That was my biggest desire as an exercise physiologist for all those years. And so, but what I realized as a solopreneur is that I really missed massive people, like lots and lots of people. I wanted to have big influence. I wanted to, like, I have this heart that says I can change the world. And so I really was calling in this capacity to affect more and more and more people. And so what I realized once, like, I started taking the superfoods, I felt great, but I was like, wait a minute. At some point, the lights went on, and I was like, wait, this is my key to having more and more and more influence. This is my key to changing the medical paradigm. This is my key to joining forces with as many strong, earth-centered women as I possibly can who are ready to change the world. And so this model gives me the capacity to develop deep, meaningful relationships, create this woven fabric that supports us all outside of a system that I never was aligned with. And so that's where I'm going, to nourish a huge team, maybe of women only, who knows? But I'm open. And so I'm developing a team who wants to change the system by loving on people.
So beautiful. Mic drop. That's what we do. That's what we do when we're supporting them, with the superfoods, but it's also what I get to do every day with my team of brand partners as I coach them around how to do this business and teaching them everything that I've learned. And so we lift as we climb, and it's really an honor to do that with you, Nirankar, and you, Emilia, and you, Zaya. I really enjoy working with you all so much and supporting you to be the rock stars that you are. So, in closing here, I just want to offer, if you're thinking about becoming a brand partner with us, if you're thinking about joining our team, which is called Team Radiance, it's all about being the light in the room, no matter what room you're in, whether it's a Zoom room or a living room or a cafe, out in the world, walking in the forest, wherever you find yourself. What we do every day is we get to educate and inspire and share stories about health and wealth. And people are looking for what we have here. They're looking for multiple streams of income in these uncertain times, with so much that we're mitigating and dealing with in the economic world. What we have here is a gorgeous solution for the issues of our day. We're living through some of the most toxic times ever on planet Earth. We've accepted, farming practices that are allowing cancer-causing chemicals to get into our food, and we've been doing it for decades. We work to educate folks, to help them understand that they can change how they're eating, they can change how they're feeling, they can transform diagnoses, and they can transform their financial reality and create financial wellness. That really is the overarching mission here. So what does that mean practically? Well, so if you were, let's say you're here tonight and you're like, Steph, I want to buy the ULT plus immune pack that you were talking about with customizable shakes and all that. Well, guess what? You can buy that pack and get the business for free. no extra cost. All right. So, all, no harm, no foul. You're getting products. If you're not happy with those products, you have a 60-day money back guarantee. If you are happy with those products and you want to launch a business, you can do that tonight. All right. If you want to, if you're not interested in doing the business, you just want to become a customer, you can also do that tonight, right? Either way, beautiful. So what do you get when you become a brand partner? You get unlimited gift codes for a year. These codes allow you to give to your friends, your colleagues, your clients, etc., to offer them an opportunity to do one of these protocols and to receive a substantial discount. So it's either $50 off if they purchase $75 or more, or it's 25% off if they purchase $200 or more. So that's a massive discount. And you also get the back office, which helps you to really look and see what's going on with who purchased what and what's happening with your team. And as you start to recruit brand partners, you can manage all that, And then the other thing that you get is the Purium app. So this app is a way for you to share PDFs, videos, information, the clinical trials for Biomedic. We didn't really even talk about Biomedic tonight. Oh my goodness. We talked about a lot tonight, but we basically have the only product in the entire world that has been certified to remove glyphosate out of your body. You could have a whole business just selling Biomedic. It's that important of a product. It's one of our star products. And I'm incredibly proud to be affiliated with this company that had the vision and the foresight to go up against, those who would poison us, really. I mean, there's no other way of saying it, and profit in the billions of dollars and help us remove the toxins and that poison from our body. So that's what Biomedic does, effectively removes glyphosate out of the body. We have a clinical trial, a 30-page clinical trial that you can read. If you are a health practitioner and, you have a clinic, you can get into the science and learn and see why it's such a special product. So not only do you get all of that, but you also receive, you're coming into an incredibly vibrant, robust team where we're working every week together to support health and wealth. And we are a product of the products. Can you tell? I'm 57. I don't feel 57 at all. And I've been through a lot, I've been through the cancer thing, the heavy metal toxicity. I'm still dealing with that a little bit. And health is a journey, right? Like we're all on the journey of wellness. It is not overnight. And it certainly wasn't overnight for me to lose those 50 pounds either. It took me really tuning in to the beautiful community of wellness practitioners that are here in the Purium family and learning how I could better love myself and nourish myself while I was doing this business. So joining the business really helped me get more healthy. You're in the zone all the time. And so if that feels yummy to you, if that feels juicy to you, we want you with us. We are going nowhere but up as a company. We have people just who are thriving in every possible way as customers and as brand partners here within our company. We also have the Million Mom Movement, which is the activist arm of Purium. I was the chair of the Million Mom Movement Council for 4 years up until this past August. And it's just a beautiful way that you can show up and support moms and dads and or those who care for children and really learn about what is going on with the toxins in our food. So we educate a lot every Friday at an event called Fierce Friday. So we have ways for you to plug in, ways for you to learn that are elegant, that are effective, and can support you in getting your business up and running fast, making money, helping people, create wellness. So that is what we do here. I want to thank all my beautiful guests for being here with me tonight. You're all radiant goddesses. Thank you for being the stand for health and wellness that you are in the world. Keep shining, and reach out to any one of these ladies if they invited you to be here, or you're watching the replay, and they can help you hook you up with what it is that we have here. All right. God bless. Have a lovely evening. Thank you for being with us tonight. Bye-bye.